Well, it's about 20 degrees out, and the birds still want to roost on top of the coop. But I put the heat lamp out for them in case they want to go inside. And one of them dropped an egg. At least it'll keep the egg alive. Yeah, they're still talking. 20 birds. Anyways, if it gets too cold out for them, they can go inside the coop, and there's a heat lamp and for them tonight. It's going to drop down to 17 degrees Fahrenheit. Well, this is the indoor greenhouse, and you can see right here, I have the lights off because it has a violet color on it, and people complain about it. But I'm growing some bunching onions in a tray here, and I've got my volunteer cherry tomato plant, which is vining out quite a bit. And then down here, I pulled the Swiss chard from the garden, and it'll continue to grow. I'll turn the grow lights back on. And I pulled the pepper plants. And you can see some of them are starting to turn the red that I wanted for these cherry pepper plants. So they're growing good. And then here I have the lettuce that I grow and the spinach. The spinach is about bolted right here. But the leaf lettuce, this is romaine. I use it for sandwiches, and this is another type also. And then I have the ruby red over here, and this has been used for sandwiches quite a bit this week, so that's why they're so small, like baby greens. But they're still, I get leaves like this every day, so they're good to pull them off, and they keep growing throughout the entire winter, except for the spinach. And they're easy to grow. You can use them for sandwiches and salads. And then I have another pepper plant. This is a habanero that I pulled. Hopefully it will survive and put habaneros on. This is a what do you call it, a savory. And then I got more peppers right here. I don't know if you can see that. That's the one right here is a bell pepper. So continue to grow bell peppers starting winter. And I also, these plants right here, let's stand up a little bit. Okay, and so I pulled these pepper plants, and of course there's a bell pepper over here. I think these are all bell peppers right here. And then this is the basil plant I cut down, and it was up to here yesterday, so I cut it down so it wouldn't flower and go to seed and keep producing basil for me, fresh basil. But I took a lot of the basil that I chopped up, and I put it in the dehydrator so I can use it for later. But, well, it's October 24th, and I cut down the basil tree indoors. I got 4 layers, and I'm going to go ahead and dehydrate this basil. So let's just go ahead and set her. Let's see. Let's do this. Now it'll give me 10 minutes, 10 hours I mean. Let's go ahead and set her at maximum, 16 hours. And then we'll go ahead and we'll try this basil, dehydrate it, cover it now. And some dry basil, we'll dehydrate it, and I'll just go ahead and can it and dry. Way to go, I guess. This is a little magic mill, as you can see. Magic mill, and it does a pretty good job. All in all, I'll be doing some microgreens, and basically I got all my pepper plants that I want to grow, continue to grow. Some of my herbs that I like the savory and the basil. I need to start my thyme plant, and I should have pulled the rosemary plant out of the front yard, but I didn't, so I hope it survived so that I can dig it up later today and bring it into the greenhouse. But all in all, this is just a little 5x5, and it grows quite well for growing vegetables if you want to eat your own vegetables. So the Swiss chard, usually pull that, put it in sandwiches too. If it gets big enough, if I let it go big enough, I'll feed it to the rabbit or the chickens, or I'll just boil it. But that's enough to create quite a sizable amount of Swiss chard in a matter of days. And so a little indoor greenhouse can help feed you during the winter, so you got fresh food. Now that's important because if the supermarkets go bad, where are you going to find fresh produce? What if the delivery system breaks down? You know, there's a lot of mentions about just-in-time delivery breaking down. I mean, when I order something from Amazon Prime nowadays, it takes an entire more than 2 days, and I paid for, you know, the 2-day delivery with Amazon Prime, and I'm not getting it anymore. They simply have a distribution center up the road, 27 miles up the road, and somehow that warehouse over there can't deliver stuff in 2 days. It's getting pretty sad, folks, and I think you may see where you're going to go back to the old days where you order something and it takes 6 weeks. I don't know if y'all remember that, but I do. I mean, you didn't get this 2-day delivery stuff when I was a kid. That was, you know, 50 years ago. But what people need to know is that peppers, tomatoes, stuff like that are self-pollinated. All you gotta do is shake them once a day or put a fan on them, and they self-pollinate. So all you need to do is shake them. Water them, shake them, and you can grow peppers indoors, you can grow tomatoes indoor. But anyway, this has started my indoor greenhouse, and I turned the lights off so you don't have that ultraviolet glow from the LEDs. And so I hope the camera captured this well enough. You can see here I have some cherry tomatoes growing already. And this is just some leftover junk from this year's growth. I need to get that off there. It's just a tray full of junk. I'll be putting microgreens here in these 2 slots with 10 by 20 trays, and then I'll be growing some stuff down here in the corner and over here, and the water bottles will disappear and there'll be something else there too. So if you want to grow your own lettuce indoors, the leaf lettuce, like the River Red, romaine, just a regular butter crunch, grows perfectly indoors in a tray, and you can have fresh salads every day, almost, depending on how many trays you grow inside your family. Or you can just you know, use them on sandwiches. I do both, and I don't usually grow carrots anymore indoors because I can just go outside and I cover the carrots with the biomass, and I can pull them anytime I want to. So I have 3 succession plantings of carrots. And with this leaf lettuce stuff, I will just keep trimming it off, but I will start another tray of this. This actually came from seed that I grew in my own garden, right here. This ruby leaf lettuce was actually started from the seeds I harvested from my own garden. I suggest you collect seeds if you can this year, because I don't know if they're going to be viable next year when you go to buy them. I had a lot of people tell me this year that the seeds they bought did not germinate. And maybe that's because they're eradicating the plants and causing this to happen. So if you want seeds, you're going to have to start growing your own, I think, because I think they're doing something with the seeds. I'm not sure what it is, but they sure aren't germinating. I had to give the neighbors some seeds this year because the seeds they bought in the store did not germinate. The ones I gave them, they did. So I saved seeds like green bean seeds, this romaine, ruby red, buttercrunch seeds. I saved a bunch of them for the leaf lettuce. I saved seeds for the peppers. And so if you really want to be able to grow next year and be confident of it, when you buy some seeds, if you're going to buy some seeds now for next year, I suggest you take them and put them in a little 4-inch pot like this. Okay, little 4-inch pot, some dirt, and try to germinate them, see if they will grow. Now if they're like this lettuce, I got it in a little 4-inch pot like this, and they grow just fine like that. And so you can just start growing right now, growing your own lettuce in a 4-inch pot. And you do about, well, I say I do probably about 18 of them in a 10 by 20 tray, and you got plenty of lettuce. For me, it's just 2 people, so it's not a lot. If I had more people, I'd have to grow more. But this right here I can use for a sandwich today. You know, a little leaf like that. I can just pick these, and they'll keep on putting leaves on. So, in my opinion, if you want to grow fresh food indoors, this is the way to do it.